Hello, it's Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombiecat.
And this is our review of the Marvel Legends 6-inch scale Ghost Rider with motorcycle set. I think it's called like Riders or something. I don't see it on the box, but I think it's called something like that.
In the sky?
Yeah. And they also released Black Widow with a motorcycle. But I wanted this one because Ghost Rider is one of my favorite characters ever.
And also fire.
And there's a picture on the side. I think it's the same picture on the other side. Yep. And there you got the Ghost Rider logo. But that's like the 90s logo. And here's a look at the back. There's a really cool picture in the back there. Looks like he's driving through the desert, which is very Johnny Blaze-ish. Well, it says Johnny Blaze right there. Johnny Blaze fires up his iconic motorcycle, hits the pavement as Streetwise Hothead Ghost Rider. And
Streetwise Hothead.
yeah.
Let's see how many puns we can put in one description.
Okay, let's open it up. And here's the background if you want to see it. It's pretty cool. There's a picture of Ghost Rider over on the side. So when you first take it out, the handlebars are separate, so you gotta attach them yourself. Alright, so there he is opened up. And I think he's pretty damn cool.
There's so much fire.
Yeah.
I like it.
I wouldn't even mind if there's more fire.
It's making me feel Beavis-y. Fire! Fire!
But man, this is pretty cool. This is such an awesome set. There is one thing I want to point out though. Back in the Toy Biz days, they released, I think, 3 different Ghost Riders that came with a motorcycle that was just basically considered an accessory, and he was the same price as all the other figures. 4 if you count Vengeance, and there'd also be 5 if you count the movie version, but I never got that. I'm not sure if that was regular price. That may have cost more. But this, he's twice the price. He's $40, so it's like you're paying for him for $20 and this for $20, so...
It is a pretty awesome motorcycle, though.
Yeah, this may be a little better than the old ones, but we'll compare them because I got 2 of the 3. Yeah, I really like the flame details on this. It's pretty awesome.
And the fire looks good.
And I think you can take them off. I know these ones come off. You might be able to take them all off. I'm not sure. And I think you can also take this front off too if you want.
We definitely know those ones in the back come off because one of them fell off when you were taking it out of the package.
But here's the Ghost Rider figure.
His skull looks amazing. I love it.
Me too. This is this is the same sculpt as the Ghost Rider that came out in a Spider-Man wave not that long ago.
And that skull does not look amazing.
No. They try to make it, it's like they made it translucent and I get what they're trying to do, but paint it like this just looks so much better. However, I like the black on this one better than the blue on this one.
Yeah, I don't like blue.
And I think it could be debatable, but I think they made this blue because of the classic 70s Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider comics. And I'm not sure that this suit was actually blue. I was always under the impression that it was black, and they're using the blue as the highlights, so you can actually see the detail in the outfit.
Yeah, it seems like they did that frequently with comics, where it was colored blue, but it wasn't really supposed to be blue.
Yeah, that was always my impression, that it was supposed to be a black suit. But I don't know. I could be wrong. That's like similar to Venom. I had someone tell me that Venom was blue. I'm like, no, he's not. He's black. And they're saying he's blue because they highlight him with blue. But, I mean, no. Venom's black. But there is a lot of blue highlights on his suit. So maybe you could say it's blue. I don't know. Now, there are some images where definitely it's a blue suit like this one. And also the Diamond Select Ghost Rider figure is definitely blue, so I don't know. I mean, maybe sometimes it's blue, sometimes it's black, whatever. But
it just doesn't seem as menacing to me when he's wearing blue with brilliant blue streaks on it.
But even so, I think this looks pretty cool. The way it stands out, like the light blue on the dark blue.
Oh, they did an awesome job of it. It's just not how I prefer him.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I think probably after the review sometime I'm probably going to paint at least the dark blue. I'm going to paint it black because I think that'd be cooler. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They use the same sculpt, and this sculpt isn't just Ghost Rider sculpt. It's been used on other figures too, like the comic book Star-Lord had it, and also the AIM soldier had it. But like the poofy Nazi-looking thigh poofies.
Nazi thighs.
Which I don't remember Ghost Rider ever having the thigh poofies, but it looks cool on him.
Yeah, it looks fine. Doesn't look out of place.
Yeah. But, man, I love this. And I don't know if I mentioned, I don't know if I said it already, but Ghost Rider is one of my favorite characters ever. Growing up, like, I got into comics in the 90s, early 90s, and that's when the second Flaming Skull Ghost Rider came around, which was Danny Ketch, which most people probably know Ghost Rider as Johnny Blaze, which there's been a lot more Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider comics than Danny Ketch. But Johnny Blaze came back again years after the Danny Ketch, and then they made the two movies that were both Johnny Blaze, so Johnny Blaze is still like the main Ghost Rider, I'd say. And that's not counting the old original Ghost Rider, which was ended up becoming the Phantom Rider, who was just basically a guy on a horse dressed in a white suit, no flaming skull.
Boring.
Yeah. I mean, I never read the comic. Maybe it's good, but it's like a Western comic, and yeah, I don't know.
Everything's better with fire.
Yeah.
And skulls.
Yeah.
I'm quite fond of skulls. And skeletons.
But I love this chain. This is a new sculpt. It didn't come with this. It didn't come with this Ghost Rider. But I love the chain, how they did it's like silver here, and then up here turns into translucent flame. That's pretty awesome looking. Mm-hmm. And just the shape of it.
Yeah, it's a good shape to make it look like it's actually swinging.
Yeah, I like that.
Because sometimes they make chains and it just looks really stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to position them where it doesn't look awkward. But his looks pretty good.
This one's chain is just wrapped around him. And here's a close-uppy look at this skull. But the sculpt on it was awesome. It was awesome before, but the paint they did this time really brings out the detail.
Yeah, it makes it look so much better. Like, it looks like a real skull.
And surprised they painted the inside of his eyes dark brown instead of black, but it still looks pretty good as dark brown. And it's got the
little red eyebrows.
Yeah. And it's got the articulated jaw, which is cool. And I love the shape of the flames. Looks pretty cool. And then on the neck you can kind of see there's like a spine, neck bones, whatever, on fire in there. It looks pretty cool.
Spine, neck bones?
Yes. It looks awesome. And then of course the biker jacket looks pretty good. And this is definitely like classic Johnny Blaze with this little thing going up there like that.
I know it wouldn't be right, but I think he'd look really cool if it was painted black with red.
Yeah. Don't think that's ever been done, but that
would look cool.
Yeah, it would. And then this is like sort of like a metallic light blue color. It's kind of cool. I'd rather just be silver, but it's cool. And yeah, the boots are pretty plain, but they're cool looking. Look like biker boots. So this is a really cool sculpt. It is one that I can see why they'd reuse it on multiple figures, because it's just a good sculpt.
Mm-hmm. I like his pointy shoulders, too.
Yeah, that is kind of neat looking. So here's a closer look at the bike. You can see this side's got these big screws, these big ugly screws, so you might not want to display it from that side. But this side doesn't have them. And I still have some little pieces of rubber band from the package hidden in there.
At least they were courteous enough to put all the screws on the same side.
Yeah. Another rubber band. I guess they got the rubber bands holding these flames on. Cut that off of there. Hopefully they don't just pop right off. There we go. And there's one over here, but I can't get there. There we go. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I like how the wheels, the tires are translucent yellow. That's pretty cool. They actually have treads sculpted on them. The flames right there look cool. Right here, this is like the best part of the flames coming off this back wheel. It's up on the seat too. Doesn't feel like you could take the one off the seat. So maybe you can't take all the flames off, but you can take them off pretty easily. But yeah, that's pretty awesome flame sculpting there. And this part here is somewhat detailed, but a little bit like, I don't know, not, I mean, I think this could probably look a little better.
It could use some shading.
Yeah. The
I
sculpting,
mean, it looks like an engine, but...
The sculpting's a little rounded in a way. Like, it's not... It's crisp, I guess. I don't know how to say it as I'd like it to be. But it's still decent enough. I like how the seat's got a texture to it. There's the gas cap. There's even a little speedometer printed on there. That's pretty cool.
The black of the bike actually has like a blue shimmer to it, too.
Oh, yeah. That little thing there is real metal. That's pretty cool.
I think that's like a sticker.
Is it? I don't think so. It's real metal.
Is it? Hmm.
Going down in there. There are metal screws and things. And here's the front with the skull. And Ghost Rider's had so many different motorcycle designs. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the translucent eyes. And this pops off, so you can just have more of a regular looking motorcycle. I like the headlight, but then this part right here kind of looks cheap.
Yeah, it's very plain.
Yeah. So, well, oh yeah, these flames do come off. So if you don't want them to have a super flamey bike, you can just pop all that crap off and it's more of a normal looking motorcycle.
Does that one come off too?
I don't know, I couldn't seem to get it off. I guess he's just going to have one butt flame. Maybe he's farting as he's driving, I don't know. But that's cool if you don't want the flames all over it.
But why wouldn't you?
Well, the classic Ghost Rider didn't always have flames all over his bike, so...
Yeah, but I think if you take the flames off, it just makes the wheels look like rollerblade wheels.
Yeah.
Because they're fluorescent yellow.
Well, you could paint them. But yeah, the wheels are real smooth, move real nice. Well, I like that there too. This part looks pretty cool. There's a little tail light. Cool. Oh, and the kickstand is kind of weird. Like, I guess that's... See, if you want to make it look like he's using a kickstand, it won't stand up. But if you want to make it look like he's driving, these kickstands that are supposed to be hidden come down, and it works. It's just kind of funny the way that works. But it's okay.
It's creative.
Yeah. So there he is on the motorcycle. And it's not too tough to get him on there. Yeah. He fits on there pretty good. And it looks like it's scaled pretty good too.
And yeah.
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 And there he is, swinging his chain while he's riding. That would hurt. Someone came riding at you with a motorcycle and hit you with a chain that was on fire. Probably would not feel very good.
I mean, any of those factors would hurt by themselves.
While he's on the motorcycle, we'll compare him to the Toy Biz Ghost Riders. Like I said, there's 3 of them that I remember, and I only have 2 of them. Here is classic Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider with a really weird motorcycle. I did modify this Ghost Rider. I added spikes to him because I like the spikes on Ghost Rider. But this one was kind of weird because they made him super skinny, almost like he was just bones under there.
Well, you can see his ribcage in that one too.
Yeah. But yeah, this is more of a classic motorcycle. I never liked this front thing. Thought it looked really goofy.
It's too much.
I don't know if it's supposed to look like a skull, or I guess it is, but it's weird. You can also pop it off too if you don't like it. A little hard to get off though. Damn it. Holy crap!
Good job.
Never had the whole front pop off. Usually this comes off pretty... What the hell's going on? God, jeez. But then there's like... Yeah, it looks kind of crabby. There's nothing there.
You can just make something to put there.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna. Because I had this forever and I never did, so... No point doing it now. But yeah, this motorcycle's still pretty cool. I like the flames coming off the back. They're a little too dark, I think. And I like the shading they did on the engine and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. I just definitely prefer this one. And the other motorcycle they made came with another version of this Ghost Rider where he was like halfway turned into Ghost Rider, halfway still human. And I think it was the same sculpt as this, and even included this again. But the motorcycle was all red, as it appeared in the comics sometimes. And this is the 90s Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. And I think it's a little small for him. He looks oversized on this. Because this big thing right here is a lot bigger. This big ramming skull that almost looks like the Punisher skull. And I don't know what the design of this motorcycle is supposed to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a crotch rocket.
I think he made it out of cardboard and just painted it.
Yes.
I got Sherbert wheels on my cardboard wheel.
It was an odd design, but this is when I read it, the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider. Because I always think of Ghost Rider with the chain and the spikes, and that's where that came from. Yeah, I prefer the spikes. I kind of wish this figure had the spikes. Because I like that.
You might end up getting spikes.
Probably. I was already thinking about giving him some spikes. But as for the bike, I never really care much for the bike. Especially when he's driving, like, when they draw driving towards you. Because this is small in here, but on the comics it was like a huge thing. And like that's about all you seen was that. And it's like, eh. And still, just this whole shape here is just, like, weird. But it was alright.
Definitely not a fan of the wheels. Like the fire and his head and the wheels.
Yeah, it's kind of... The translucent, I think, works better than this does. Oh, and I also customized this one because I didn't like the color of his jacket. They made it like a gray, so I painted it black. Well, not painted it. I drew over it with Sharpie.
I was going to say, that looks like marker.
Yeah, it's not very good. Not very good customization.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, I don't recommend customizing figures with a Sharpie. We were just talking about the skulls on the front of the bikes. And just the overall design of the bike. And I'd say this one was my favorite out of these three, this skull. But still, I don't really like that design that much.
It's just, it seems kind of dorky.
Yeah.
Like a guy that wears, like, the shirts with wolves on them.
Yeah. I used to wear shirts with wolves on them in the 90s.
Yeah, well, you were a dork.
Shut up. But still, my favorite Ghost Rider bike design ever is from the first Ghost Rider movie. I just love that design. It's so awesome looking. And there was a figure of that came with the bike, but I never got it. But I wish I would have got it because it just looks so much better. I mean, the skull and everything, the whole design of that bike from that movie just looked awesome. Even if the movie wasn't that great, the bike was still pretty damn awesome looking.
I don't think Nick Cage was ever meant to play a superhero.
No.
It's just not a good idea.
I don't think so either. At least none of the ones that he was considered for or has been.
You should have had him play Hancock.
Yeah.
That could have been fun.
I guess now we can compare some Ghost Riders, now that we compared some bikes. But yeah, this is the more recently released one that came in the Spider-Man wave, which is the exact same figure, just painted differently. Although this one comes with that chain, and this one comes with that chain. And here's that other classic Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, which I don't think he ever actually looked like this as...
Like crackhead Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
He's like, so skinny.
He usually has like, it's like the flames like fill out his muscle, like it's his body's like still in there in a way, like a spirit kind of way. So he still has like bulk to him underneath the suit. But this one looks like he doesn't, like he's just a skeleton under there. I mean, it's still kind of cool. I like it. It's almost like a zombie.
Yeah, I do like it. It's just weird.
Yeah. And I don't think this is like it was, like in the package it was said this was the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, but it just doesn't look like that outfit. I think the Legends just, when they're designing it, they just kind of made up their own design, which is kind of cool. I didn't think they did a very good job of painting the skull though. But I do like how when you open and close his mouth, his eyes turn red and black. That's pretty cool. And then, like I said, I added these spikes on the shoulders and added, well, any spike you see I added. But yeah, he still like a cool design for a figure.
Mm-hmm. Looks much better with the spikes.
His head did break off though. It's not very good joint. It's glued on, so I can't turn it anymore. And here is the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, which has some very odd proportions. He's got like
tiny hips and butt,
and like gorilla arms and giant hands.
And like a chest as wide as 2 people.
Yeah. Very weird shape. And I don't like the texture they put on his jacket. It doesn't
look like leather.
No.
And the fire just doesn't look good.
No.
It looks like sherbet.
The skull design is cool though. I like the skull sculpt.
Yeah, it looked good.
And this one comes with a real chain, and then it actually could kind of link together. That's kind of cool. But I do like the spikes, even though they're kind of meh. I like that he's got them. So he's an okay figure, but it's kind of outdated.
Yeah, it's mostly that he's disproportionate and the fire sucks.
Yeah. Both of these have a lot of articulation though, like their fingers can even move, and they got toe articulation. And here is, I believe this is Hasbro's first Ghost Rider they made. And this is another Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, but this is after Johnny Blaze came back, and then Danny Ketch came back again, kind of like as an evil Ghost Rider, sort of, temporarily. And he looked like this.
I've got evil cold fire.
You could also get this with orange, yellow, red, kind of more like this color. But this is the only one I was able to find.
Look into my flaming shoulder nibbles. Why does he have, like, flame volcanoes on his shoulders?
I'm not sure.
That's weird.
He was going around killing other Ghost Riders and taking their powers, so maybe it's like he had extra...
It has so much fire, it needs to come out of my shoulders now.
It was kind of like, the design was cool as a comic.
He is cool. I just think it's illogical and strange.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
And the skull sculpt is cool. The flames are kind of cool, but there's something a little too jaggedy or something weird about them. It almost looks like rock candy.
It's blue meth.
Mm-hmm. After Danny Kett's run was over and Johnny Blaze came back, he kind of stole the whole chain and spikes look. So that was another thing to add to the confusion. So then Johnny Blaze and Danny Ketch were hanging around, and then ended up being like tons and tons of Ghost Riders all over the world, and some ridiculous story. But then after that, a new Ghost Rider, Alexandra or something, took over. I never read that comic. And then after that, Robbie Reyes took over, and he drives a car instead of a motorcycle. And he's also the one that appeared on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. I mean, Ghost Rider is a very convoluted story. I mean, they all have these different origins that don't go together. They contradict each other, and it's just so hard to follow. That's why I'm not as much into Ghost Rider as I used to be, because it's just so many different takes on the story. Every time there's a new writer, they redo his origin, it seems like, and it just, it's so confusing. I guess we go over articulation real quick. But his head, go up and down like that, tilt side to side, spin all the way around. And then there's the jaw articulation. Then at the shoulders, you can do that. And they can spin there. He's got double jointed elbows. You can spin at the wrist, and there's a hinge. Then at the torso, he can go back and forward a lot. And he can spin. Do that much of a split. You can spin there at the thigh. Kick out about that far. Double jointed knees. It's got the hinge at the ankle. And you can do this crazy tilt thing. And I think that's it. But that's pretty good. And as for motorcycle articulation, it could turn about that far. And obviously the wheels move. And this little thing here. And I think that's all the articulation, unless there's something that I don't know about. That I don't know about. I don't know about that there articulation. Articulation. Now here is a Black Widow on a motorcycle I already had. They make... I don't think I want to get the Black Widow just because I like the movie version better, and the motorcycle's just okay, but I think I got this motorcycle at Toys R Us. I don't even know what brand it is. I just
It looks good with her.
Yeah, I think it fits pretty well. Although she needs better. She needs some holding hands. Still kind of works though, but Yeah, I think that motorcycle's pretty cool looking. And there's the Marvel Legends Blackheart. This is a Toy Biz figure. This is one of Ghost Rider's 90s enemies.
Isn't he the We Are Legion dude?
Yeah, from the movie. That was
That's
dumb.
what I remember, because it was stupid.
Yeah. Like, that movie was... I liked it, and it was entertaining, but towards the end of the movie, it got real bad.
Yeah, it was good, but still dumb.
Yeah. I say the best part of the movie is just the look of Ghost Rider and his bike. But, yep, that's cool seeing them together. And here he is next to... This is the Marvel Select-Mephisto. He's a constant enemy of Ghost Rider.
He got some hips.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like... I think in the classic 70s Ghost Rider, it was actually the devil that dealt with Ghost Rider, but in the 90s it kind of switched over to Mephisto, who was kind of like a pretend devil of the Marvel Universe or something. I don't know. It's confusing. And there he is next to the Punisher and Wolverine. Because in the 90s, the Danny Ketch version had a little mini-series, or whatever you'd call it, with Wolverine and Punisher going up against Blackheart and Mephisto.
Did they make fun of Punisher's little white booties?
No. And there he is next to some other supernatural characters. Rise of the Midnight Suns or whatever was a big 90s event where it had a bunch of the darker characters teaming up, and Blade was in it, and I think Morbius was in it. There's a lot of people in it. And there he's next to Spider-Man. They ran into each other a lot. Really, in the 90s, Ghost Rider appeared in like everything, or the characters appeared in his comic, because he was really big in the 90s, and there's all kinds of crossover things.
Because he's fucking awesome.
I'm not going to show him next to everybody he's been with. So this is it. Okay, so I really like this set. I'm happy I got it. While I don't think it's perfect, I think it's pretty damn cool.
I think it's probably the best Ghost Rider you have.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
I'd say my favorite... Well, I would say if this head was on this body, it would be my favorite one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's one thing. I don't like the blue, but I mean, it makes sense. It's really easy to swap the heads, too, if you want to do that. So here's the new head on the older body, which I think looks pretty cool. And the older head on the newer body. But that skull paint, that's my favorite part of this entire set, is the way they painted his skull.
Mm-hmm,
That is so cool.
And the chain.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's another of my favorite parts, is the way they did that chain is so awesome. And the bike is still cool. Like, the flames are awesome. I like the size of the bike. The skull on the front is, I don't know, that's just up to you if you like it. I think it's kind of okay. I mean, it's alright.
It's the best version of it, but...
Yeah. But, yeah, I really do like the set. It's pretty cool. And, I recommend it. Especially if you like Ghost Rider. Well, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm the God.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Hey, so what's your name? My name's Johnny Blaze. What's your name? Johnny Storm. Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty weird. We're like two superheroes and pretty similar names. Johnny Blaze, Johnny Storm. So what's your power? Because I am the Human Torch. And I can cover my body in fire. Flame on! Pretty cool, huh? Kind of weird, though. My name's Johnny Storm, but I turn into fire, which is like a blaze. So since your name's Johnny Blaze, what do? Turn into a storm? Nope. My power's pretty similar to yours. I also cover my body in flame. Watch this. Dude. Did your skin just burn off? Yeah, that's kind of what happened. That's kind of a shitty power. I get flame all over me, my skin doesn't burn off. And that looked like it hurt. Oh, yeah, it hurts. It hurts a lot. What kind of shitty power burns all your skin off? It's a good power. Not as good as mine. I mean, look, I'm on fire. My skin's still here. No pain. So can you fly? Because I can fly. No, I gotta ride a bike. A bike? What? So my skin doesn't burn off, and I can fly, but your skin burns off, and you gotta ride a bike. I'm sorry, man. That just sucks. You got bad luck when it comes to superpowers. I thought they were pretty cool. It looks really cool. Yeah, I'm leaving. You're just a jerk, Johnny Storm. I'm sorry. I mean, that's a really nice bike you got.
Yeah, I know, it's badass. Oh, damn it, man! You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh!